Well, Kevin Rudd has certainly hit the ground running. In the last couple of weeks, he's covered an enormous amount of ground, both geographically and policy-wise. And obviously there's a lot more to come. But it might be just about time for him to take his own oft-given advice and take a bit of a cold shower. Because there are signs that the speed is impairing his judgement. He's made two serious mistakes so far. Not policy killers, but bad enough to worry some of his advisors and some of his supporters that he might be the same old Kevin going off half-cock. The first was his suggestion that the coalition's policy of trying to turn back asylum seeker votes would lead to conflict, diplomatic conflict, and who knew where that might end. It's a worrying thought. Well, frankly, Kevin, it isn't. Even if the coalition was silly enough to try and push things to their limits, the government in Jakarta would not be. They're not about to declare war on Australia after blundering policy on boat people, and it's insulting to them to suggest that they would. But the second more recent one was just last week, in NAIDOC Week, which Rudd was celebrating in Urukala, the site of the original bark petitions to Parliament House. And Galarrwuy Yunupingu, one of the most respected elders, suggested to him that it was time to pull the finger out and get on with the idea of recognising Aboriginals in Australia's constitution. The idea's been floating around for a long time. Now, how about doing something about it? And Rudd's reply was to say, oh, well, you'd better ask Mr. Negativity, Tony Abbott, about that. Now, this was just silly. Abbott has in fact been right behind the proposition from the beginning, and one of his core election promises, insofar as he's made any, is that within 12 months of taking government, he will have a proposition ready to go to referendum on constitutional referendums recognition for Aborigines. To doubt his sincerity in this is simply unfair. Abbott may be crook in a lot of ways, but he is fair dinkum about Aboriginal matters. He always has been. He's worked with them for a long time. He has many friends in the area, and he definitely wants to get on with this kind of key moment, as he put it himself, in our federation. So, not good, Kevin. Would have been much smarter to have tried to engage him, to say, yes, this is a bipartisan policy, it's one of the few, let's capitalise on it, let's make it work. Trying to turn everything into a blood feud with Abbott is not smart politics. And let's remember, there's still a very good chance, probably a better than even money chance, that Abbott will be the next Prime Minister. Let's keep those good policies he has in the front of our minds, because there may not be all that many others to laugh about, to celebrate in any way at all. I'm Mungo McCallum.